You are now watching a Lucky Penny Shop product feature. Hey, it's Lucky Penny Shop. Thanks for stopping by. Today I am going to actually use the Kenner's Freeze Queen Dairy Stand Ice Cream Machine. And I plan on making candy cane ice cream for you today. Now you can see from the box cover there are a lot of supplies in this kit, which there are. And then they give you a listing down there on the left. It says, now you can make them at home, and then it lists everything you can make. And underneath that it says, new and different way. No ice to crush, no crank to turn, easy. Put pre-frozen canister in the Freeze Queen machine. Simply add water to Freeze Queen mixes. Pour mix in the freezing chamber. Push handle up and down a few times. And you have delicious Freeze Queens in about 6 to 8 minutes. We are going to check all of that out. So what I want to do, though, is show you a little bit more of the box, the sides. The bottom has nothing on it, so let me just turn it to the side. All right, so this side and the opposite side are exactly the same. It gives you the year in the right corner there, 1966. And then it lists everything that comes in this particular kit. Now, it was set number 1460 at the time. So what I want to do now is show you just the other side panel because it's a little bit different. All right, so this one has just a different picture on the side showing the actual Freeze Queen store, the Kenner's logo again with Freeze Queen, and then Dairy Stand Ice Cream Machine. All right, so that's it for the box. I wanted to do that for sure. Now let's take a look at everything inside. All right, here we go. How exciting is this? An almost near complete set with all of the mixes and all of the supplies. Now I am missing one item, which I don't really need. As you can see, there was a second canister there. Now my guess is that people got this for a gift or for Christmas or for a special time of the year. They put the canister in the freezer and never really followed through and finished and then got rid of a kit, because I've seen most of them missing the second canister. Regardless, you only need one to make ice cream. So I am set to go there. They have the original salt, the ice cream cones, and the mixes. Now they are all pretty much way out of date. I've checked into them and they are hard, crumbly, and just do not look right. So I'm going to show them to you, but I won't be able to make my ice cream today with those. So when I come back then, I will be taking this out of the box, showing you how it works, and setting it up. All right, here we go. This is your little bowl, I guess, for mixing ingredients, maybe capturing some of your ice cream. And then you have a cup for making your shakes and your drinks in. And then the canister, here's the canister, Kenner's Freeze Queen. Now this seal on the bottom is the issue. And based on age and the plastic, it's just something I would not recommend. I've had to do some adjustments to it. Now the ice cream actually sits in this. And this whole canister sits just like that. And that's how it stays inside. So it's rather finicky. And then this comes off. This is where you put in the salt and the water and then freeze this canister. So it's basically a 2-day process to get this going here. And then the instruction booklet, and I'll show you that in a little more detail. Here are my Freeze Queen ice cream cones from way back when. Now I have a replacement, like I said, but imagine, just look how old they are. They have now somewhat petrified. I'm not going to eat them, but I will compare them to the new ones that I got, because there is a company that makes these mini cones. Okay, here is the salt. Let me get out the main unit. It is a couple pieces. Okay, so there it is. I can move this slowly out of the way now. And then here is the hand mixer. So this is used to mix milkshakes. I have it set with the batteries. I should just be able to turn it on and it spins. I have not done any adjustment to the motor on that, but I know it works. And then this is the plunger. This is actually going to go in the top of the canister and it's going to push your ice cream out into your cones. And I will take out a couple of the mixes just so you can see. They are now extremely hard, but that's what they look like. There's 2 of them. The rest are still sealed in here. Maybe I can grab one more here, a red one. You could just tell this is something you would not. This is the butterscotch topping. Okay, so I will not be able to use those. And that pretty much wraps it up. What I need to do now is just kind of teach you how the machine works, how it goes together, and then I need to start the process of my salt and my water and get that in the freezer. So let's do the next step. All right, now looking at it, it does kind of remind me of the coloring that you would have found with the Susie Homemaker sets. Would you agree with that? It's got that tealish blue. It says Kenner's Freeze Queen. Let me move this canister out of the way. You have this decal here, which looks like a snowflake, and then you have this one here that matches, and then there's a little hook here, and then a slot on the handle. And this kind of balances the unit out so you can store your mixer, and then put your cones on this side. Now there's a little, like, plastic stoppers under here. I will show you. So your cones should be able to fit in there and pull out. We will do that later. Now let's check it out. You have these foam or styrofoam shell, basically, is what it looks like. This one will come out. And then, as you can see, there is an opening here. So there's really nothing locking the canister in. You're going to slide that over, and then this is going to sit here. And that's all that's stopping the liquid from pouring out. So if there's any give in this when it's put together, everything's going to pour out the bottom. So it's taken me a little while to figure some things out to get this to work right, because you would think styrofoam like this, or foam in general, is going to give over time, and you're going to lose some of that resistance. All right, so this would go in here like this. This is going to go in here like this. Then this pushes down slightly, but all the plastic just shifted. So when you put liquid in there, it starts to come out. So I have to make a few adjustments there. And then that's really it. So the plunger now would go up into here. When I'm ready, it would lock in, and then I'd have to go up and down like they said. Let's get this back on. I'll just show it to you now all together, because when I come back then, we're going to look at the recipe book. There you go. So that's what it would look like when you're all set to make your ice cream. Exciting, right? All right, let's check out the recipe book. All right, so here is our recipe booklet. Now, all of the recipes call for the mixes that come with the kit, so I will not be able to do these, but for freezing purposes, note, canister freezing. Before freezing the can, be sure that the water level in the can is 1 inch below the top. This is approximately 5 cups of water. This can be measured by inserting a pencil or some other small object into the hole and using it as a dipstick. If too much liquid is in the can, the expansion during freezing may pop the stopper out. If it does not freeze, these could be problems. And then they give you the empty the contents of 1 salt packet into a canister and fill to within 1/2 inch of the top. So that's what we're going to do. Lukewarm water. It says to shake it and do a few things. That's actually the first step, because then I got to let that sit overnight, 16 to 24 hours. Okay, the battery operated mixer is all set. How to mix correctly, operating the Freeze Queen, and then there is the instructions on how everything takes apart for cleaning and easily getting it ready for making your ice cream. All right, here is the recipes now. So I figured I would just be making a very similar vanilla ice cream, but with candy canes and maybe some peppermint. We will see. Chocolate ice cream. Here's how you make your milkshakes, sodas, coolers, and floats. And then here is extra packets for your Freeze Queen. All right, so when I come back then, we just need to get the metal canister set. So let's do that. All right, here we go. Step 1 is now getting the freezing container ready. Now the booklet has maybe 3 different areas where it talks about the freezing canister. They stapled this in, so it must have been added later. Then they give you this information, 16 to 24 hours. And then how to measure, kind of, you know, similar, but they're adding a little bit more. And then over here, they tell you if someone pours out your freezing solution, then redo it by using a 1/2 level cup of regular table salt. So basically, we are now going to follow the initial instructions, this one right here. So that's off to the side. Now I wanted to quickly get a quick measurement here on the weight on this. I was just curious about what this old tube of salt weighed. Let's see. Okay, 5.5. Let's put this on and zero it. And let's just see if it's 5.5. Okay, that's 5.6. I did have a little extra in there, but Let me just level this out now with my tool here off to the side. Okay, that's pretty close. So I would say, yeah, that's about right. All right, so that's eventually going to need to go in. So first things first, they want the water. So I am going to use a funnel for this. Now this, I have a feeling, is going to take a while. So what I'll do is I will keep checking back with you. I'll get it started. They sure make that hole small, don't they? 5 cups of lukewarm water, it said. I was creating a seal. Maybe if I lift it up a little. That's better. Now the air can escape. Remember they said use a dipstick, so use a pencil. At first I'm thinking a pencil. Who wants a pencil in their ice cream? But you never actually, this liquid never touches anything you eat. Let's see if I could see it in there. Yeah, I could. It's right about here, so it's about 1 inch. I'll probably stop there now. Alright, I need to dry this off because I don't want to start pouring the salt. So let me dry this off, come back, and then we'll put the salt in. Alright, I have a feeling this will be a slow process, so I'll try to at least show some here. I'm just going to do this. And I figure for my dipstick to check, I'm going to use a chopstick. Seems to be a better utensil than a pencil for me. Utensil for a pencil. I'm guessing this is going to be a somewhat messy process at some point, especially for kids if they're doing this. You're going to get salt everywhere. You hear it hitting my tabletop now. Okay, I remember it saying I'm supposed to seal this and mix it. Let's see. Okay, it says pour the canister 1 and fill with half an inch of the top of the water. Insert the cap in the filler hole and shake well. Allow sit for 10 minutes. Okay, and then shake again. So I'm sure that's all down below. All right, so let's just say a half an inch. Let's just see. Yeah, it's hard to know what a half inch when you're sticking this down. So let me add a little bit more water. It looks like it's visually nowhere near. And then I'll shake. Okay, still. Let me try that again. So if I was going to do a half an inch from the top, it would be right about there. Let's see if it touches the water. Not even touching the water yet. Okay. Test again. So I'm measuring, just putting my thumb at about, that's what I should have done the first time. About a half an inch. And if it touches, I should be able to see it. Right there. It's touching. Oh no. That is just gloss. That looks so like it was wet. Let's do it again. Not touching. All right, now I see it. That time it's wet. Okay, I think we're good. So I'll shake this now. Now Now this they didn't want to get wet, and it's wet now, so you have to wipe it and make sure it says not to set it down on something so that it sticks. I guess being the warm water too, it's going to help the salt dilute into the water. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit now for 10 minutes, come back and shake it, and then of course put that in the freezer. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes, one more shake. It's hard to know what's going on in there, so at this point I think we're good. So I can go in the freezer now, and then I will see it in 24 hours. Alright, we are back. It has been freezing for more than a day now. Actually, I had to split this up about 4 or 5 days away from when I started the video. But I am ready to go. I had to make my modifications to my frozen chamber, which is done. And now I'm going to take a mix that I have done on the last ice cream maker like this. It was 1 cup of heavy cream, 2 tablespoons of corn syrup. Let's do that. Because I know this actually froze really well. So here we go. And I'm going to attempt to mix it with my little portable mixer. That's why I have no other utensils. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then 1 tablespoon of sugar. As you see, I have my peppermint extract. Now, I've already crushed up a candy cane, so that's ready to go. Ooh, this is packed all the way to the top. Look at that. Okay, there we go. Now, the original one called for a half a teaspoon, but I'm going to put a little bit less, and I'm just going to shake it and do this by taste. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 drops. And I'm going to wait to put the candy cane in, but let me grab my little mixer now and see if this actually will work in this cup. Here we go. Oh, we got to get it set just right. Oh, come on. Don't fail me now. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's thick. Well, that's a good sign. Now, you can only go so low without getting the thing all covered. Okay, there we go. I'll probably come back and just double check it. Let me grab some of this now. Hopefully it turns it a little pink. That's what I'm hoping for. That's why I didn't put too much of that in, because I knew I'd be adding some of this. Okay, I'd be adding all of this. There you go. Well, it's not all of it, but it's quite a bit. All right, let's get this set again. Here, you give you a nice, better look inside. It's loud, isn't it? The mix is fine, look at that. It just doesn't get low enough, so I'll probably move this to a shallower bowl. Ooh, camera doesn't want to focus, huh? Hopefully that wasn't too long. Okay, next now is take this mix and put it in the freezing chamber. Let's do it. But let's do this. Let's add a little bit more of this in here. I'm going to put the rest in. Just because I want it to be nice and candy cane-ish. Besides what I spilled here. Let's keep it. My tabletop is very clean. There we go. Last time. Might as well. I'm testing it out. It's working. Just a little finicky on the starting procedure there. It's quiet enough. Clean off the edge. Wow, look at that. Okay, let's do the next step. I'm just having fun with this. All right, canister is ready. I have been hand mixing this just to get it a little bit more incorporated. The other tool was just for me to experiment with. I didn't think it would get to the bottom, which it did not. So I have to remove this, which just comes right out. I've added a second gasket piece in here. Now this will take a second to line up. And once I get it, then it should just push in and set correctly. Ooh, a little bit more this way. And if I can just do that same thing again, really close there and dropping it in. Ah, that's pretty good. All right, then this. And then what I had to do on my testing to put a little more pressure on the top is I added a couple pennies. And that's going to push down because the plastic has, you know, aged. Now you'll see. Okay. So that should be enough now to pour in where it doesn't leak. Are you all confident? I'm not 100% confident, but I'm going to give it a go. Here we go. Then after this, it says, put the plunger in the tube and press the plunger cap tightly. Move the plunger down and up through its full travel 4 to 6 times a minute, leaving it at the top between strokes. It's very scary because if you pull this up at all, it's all going to pour right out the bottom. I think we're ready. It doesn't say any particular amount, just pour it into the tube. Okay. Wow. Not the best angle. Here we go. It is thicker than when I was testing, of course, with water, so hopefully that will aid. And it's probably already starting. Okay. There we go. We got to leave some for the unit there. This here. Push this in. I'm going to hold everything and slide it down and up. Oh, it's even hard to do. And on the upstroke, I'm going to make sure to hold everything down with my fingers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let it sit a minute. As of right now, nothing's leaking out the bottom, but I have a minute now to kind of check out the cones. So far, everything is holding. Whew, I was nervous. All right. Now let's see how these fit in. Okay, and then here, I'll tell you what, it's probably going to be, let me keep my timer going, because total time, 6 to 7 minutes. So I'm going to have to do that a total of 24 times, or 36 times if I'm going to follow it exactly. Clock, stopwatch, reset. I'm going to say it's been about a minute, so let me do the up and down now while I'm here. And you keep doing it till it gets hard, and guess what? It's already hard. 1. Oh, they did say to leave it at the up position, so remind me. I hear it. You hear that? It's like, yes, they want it in this position, so don't forget that, Dave. Don't forget that. All right. So I found these Joy mini cups. It was about a 20-minute drive away from where I'm at. You can find them on Amazon. They're selling them for $9 to $10, even on eBay. But they were $2 and maybe 38 cents, and they're very cute. And they're almost exactly the same size as the original ones. And this is so you can control your portion sizes. Now, I actually found them by going to the Joy website. I'm not sure where it is. And then when joycone.com, putting in the zip code, and then they will give you a list of everybody who sells their products, and then you got to break it down to the people that just sell these. And it was only one store in my area, so I'm hoping they just drop right down and don't go all the way through. Perfect. Look at that. Let me pull one out. Nice. All right. Very cool. That worked out. All right. Do you think it's been about a minute? Let's get that out of the way. Let's do it again. Here we go. You just don't know. But it's getting harder and harder. Wow. I can't even. push much more. I hear it though. Maybe it's just already set up on the bottom. It's a very interesting ice cream maker. Alright, that's my third time. And yes, it's just at the top now. So I will keep checking back now. Let me set that for 1 minute, and then I will come back. Okay, here we go. I'm putting a lot of pressure on this, and it's kind of staying right there. So I'm going to just work at the top area. Wow. It's such an unknown, but we'll wait. Okay. 2 more times. Let's see now. Wow. Okay, right there. It's slowing down. That's really as far as it'll go. So whatever's in there is just on the top. Is it soft serve? It's kind of bubbling. You see it there bubbling just a little? It could just be by the plastic top that hasn't set. Okay, let me do it. I'll do it one more time, and I think we'll just run with what we have. We have to kind of just go with it now and see how it works. Okay, last time. Here we go. Just a tiny bit of movement, so I think it's good to go. All right, so here is the risky part now. I got a little extra candy cane. I was gonna sprinkle on the top, so let me break it up there. Headphone users, get ready. I wanted to have this ready. Hopefully that gave you enough time. Everybody who reached for their speakers. Okay, tell you what, let me put this in the little cup they provided so I can at least say that I used that. All right, let's pull it down here. Whoosh. Time to dispense. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of see where the spot is, right about there, just to get started. And then I'm supposed to turn this. Now that inner gasket might have an issue. Here, let me take up some of the pressure. This way I can move this without too much problem. Okay, so let me just take a quick peek inside. I want to make sure that yellow gasket is not in the way. I might lose my pennies. Yeah, it's kind of there, but it looks like I have solid ice cream. Boy, this would be so much easier if I can dispense right into a little bowl, huh? All right, here we go. Push. Oh. There it comes. All right, so the initial part was not the greatest, but look. I have ice cream. Soft serve. And a halfway decent consistency besides what's spilled. Here, let's put this on top. I feel much better now that I've gotten to that point. Okay. I'm going to do another one, but let me give this one a taste. It's not leaking out. Here we go. Mmm. Excellent flavoring on that. Let me get in here. Get rid of my spillage. Okay, let's see. Dispense one. Two. I guess my attitude has changed for this toy. You gotta love that sound, huh? Can you see it okay? I think so. It's a little dark. Let me see if I can lighten that up. Just a little for you in there. Here we go. That's perfect consistency. Oh, it's a nice log dropping down. A little more. On the top now, I'm probably halfway down. Putting a little more pressure, scooping and sliding. Okay, let's see. It's It's actually now getting much firmer. See that? You almost need like a tool to cut that. Okay. There's my second one. Now my back one, he has really melted back there. Looks like I'm going to have to eat it. I really like these mini cones. Almost done. And crispy too. All right, let me sprinkle a little bit on the top of this one. I'd say that's a wrap. I won't eat it. That's my presentation one. And thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I had fun doing it. I was a little nervous on this one. I'm sure you could tell. I did have to do a lot of prep on it and testing to get it to work just right. But what I'll do is I'm going to come back. I want to take it apart now. I want to look inside there. We'll check the chamber out and see, kind of learn a little bit more about it after the process. All right, let's just see for learning purposes. Let's get this out, get this out. My pennies, let's see if this whole thing will just lift out. It does. There's just a little bit down here, which, you know, is very edible. Oh, let me use my, very edible. Use my spoon. Okay, and then I'm going to tip this canister over. Now remember, you're just supposed to rinse it out. Okay, look, there's my gasket down here. Here's the ice cream now. Let me just push by hand here. It's going to get messy, but I just want to see how easy or hard it is. It's near impossible to push. So I'm putting a lot of hand pressure on this. Ah, there it goes. Ooh, it's like a push-up, like a giant push-up. Well, let me do this. Oh, let me use my cup. There, now I've used everything with the set. Just see. I don't want to break it. There we go. So now that, look at the consistency on that. That was at the bottom. So then this, I did find this extremely difficult to get off, this top piece. When I first was testing it, I had to take two tools and kind of just slowly lift this, not cracking the plastic because it's all cold now. But there you go. Not bad. All right, that wraps it up for me. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I had fun making it for you. I'm glad it all worked out. And it's very tasty, so I will put that recipe in the description area. And thanks for supporting Lucky Penny Shop. I really appreciate it. And this video is actually going to be on Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas to all of you. Okay, so what I did to take this off is I used two metal objects like this to pry it up, and it actually came out much easier this time than last time. And now look at what's still at the top. Let me pull this up this way now. So there's still a lot of ice cream in there. I know it's just going to snap back and go everywhere, but okay, and then look, it's still in there from between the little blades on this. And there's even more. All right, I just wanted to finalize that. And again, thanks for watching. Later. If you're looking for the item you just saw in the video, click here. Watch more videos by clicking here. Don't forget to share on social media and give a thumbs up.
Hey, LPS-Dave.
What's up, Butch?
Make sure they don't forget to subscribe.
Oh yeah, please click here to subscribe to Lucky Penny Shop. And always remember, when you see a lucky penny,
pick it up.